Welcome. Looks like we're live on Facebook and YouTube. All right, we're going to wait just a few seconds here to straighten this thing out and see who will join me. If anybody's going to join me. If nobody's going to join me, then I'm just going to be here for a little bit and I'll go away. Anyways, we're going to wait a few seconds. We're getting started here. Episode number 405, I believe, here. Come on now, get in here. Oh, man. Comments. There we go. Comments. All right, welcome. I'm in Stockton, California. Welcome. Your walls are crying. Your walls are crying. That's tonight's topic. We're going to discuss that for a little bit. Kind of wrap up this topic we've been talking about, depression. We've dived into depression. We've looked at depression. We've looked at the basics of depression. And there's always a lot more that you can continually dig and find. So we're going to wrap this up. We're going to come to a conclusion. We're going to get some closure here on this episode. Once again, I'm Santos here in Stockton, California. I thought Jim was going to join us from Tucson. Maybe not. The message went out. The message went out for him to join us. And so we're live on Facebook, live on YouTube. We're going to be here for about 30 minutes. Maybe we'll discuss this topic. I don't know who's going to join me. This topic, your walls are crying. We're talking about depression. We got a proverb, 1 Peter 1, 5 through 7. So stay tuned for that. Wonderful, beautiful. You can't get better than that, the word of God. We got a riddle or a joke. In fact, the last joke that I mentioned, I forgot to give you the answer. Wait a minute, you were supposed to give me the answer. Anyways, the program ended and I forgot all about it, but I'm going to give you the answer, the riddle, to the one-legged lawyer, the one-legged attorney that lost his case in court for his client. Okay, are we on? City by the Bay, hello, welcome. Welcome. Let me get back to my focus here. All right. So, yeah, what we want to do is we want to leave tonight with some key takeaways and a strong call to action. All right. So we'll get through this. I know it's going to be a little, it's going to be fun. It's going to be great. It's going to be learning. It's going to be an experience. So don't bust my chops, all right? Because I'm all pumped up for tonight. You? So get in, buckle up, turn down all distractions, grab a pen. I'm live on Facebook and on YouTube. We tried to do LinkedIn, but they wouldn't let me. Turn down all distractions, grab your pen. I've got the golden pen of justice tonight. I got my notes. I got my papers for taking notes. All right. I got my Bible in front of me. Hopefully I won't get distracted. So welcome. And if you got a question, again, we're going to be here for about 30 minutes. You got a question, maybe off the topic of depression, right? Or Santos, why did you use this topic of your walls are crying? I don't know. It's kind of an interesting thing, right? You ever step out of the shower and water is drizzling down your walls and it's like the walls are crying? You ever see that? Of course you have. You know, you put that hot steam in wonderful water especially when your back hurts like mine tonight. Anyhow. All right. So welcome, Laura. Welcome. Any thoughts on that verse? Sometimes I feel like Psalm 22. Maybe we'll read that. We'll look at that. In fact, instead of maybe we'll look at both of them, right? What's going to prevent us from holding? Nobody's going to stop me unless the internet gets shut down. So Blaze Journey, I'm turned in. Ray's, welcome. City. So we're missing Raymond. Anyways, time is going to go by very quick. Let me, again, one of the things that I want to say is many people struggle with depression due to financial stress, guilt, and a cycle of losses. Recognizing this connection is the first step toward breaking loose or breaking free. Just recognizing, Wow, that word recognize all of a sudden just becomes very powerful, right? To recognize. Oh, man. To recognize everything that the bank's doing behind closed doors. To recognize what your children are doing when they're not at home or in school. To recognize, anyways, you get it. So we're going to look at that Psalm. And yeah, I don't know, Jim. I texted him earlier today, and he knew that the program was going to be on. So let me get all right. Let me get into the Psalm real quick. We're going to look at that Psalm that you put out there and see what sense can we make out of that Proverb 22:1, and then we'll get into depression. Gone, broken, vanished. Nah, it's not going to happen. It doesn't happen like that. It's always around. We can manage and become stronger. And like an airplane over, the airplane, if you've ever been in turbulence, man, have you ever been in turbulence, big time turbulence, where you didn't want to say anything, but you could hear people praying in the airplane? That kind of turbulence. The plane usually rises above, right? Sometimes it can rise above the turbulence, and then you get smooth. The pilots kick in those afterburners, man, and you can feel that airplane going, just going. That's kind of like what you want your life to be like, right? Right above. Yeah, there's depression and all this other stuff, but it's there. But you just rise above it and kick in the afterburners. Anyways, Psalm 22, lazy folks. Oh, welcome to the greatest show on earth. Psalm 22:1, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Why art thou so far from helping me, and from the words of my roaring, my prayers, my crying, my pleas? God, help me. I believe possibly, it could be that God is just wanting you to draw closer to him because you're feeling an emptiness of some kind. 22. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? Why are you so far? Why do you feel so distant? Well, I think we know what we need to be doing. We know what we need to be doing. You know what you need to be doing. It's a matter of taking action. It's a matter of taking action. All right. I'm going to read the proverb here in a little bit too. So, by the way, that's a good psalm. Psalm 22. That's a very good psalm. The whole psalm is good. The whole thing. All right. That's how I'm feeling. Thanks for reading. Okay. So let me get into POI number 1 here. Okay. Self-awareness. Persistent sadness, loss of motivation, changes in sleep or appetite, feelings of hopelessness. If you or someone is experiencing these, it's important to take it seriously. All right, healthy coping mechanisms. And by the way, the attorney that lost Solana is up 7.0%, kind of keeping up on crypto a little bit. The one-legged attorney that lost his case in court, he was very, very good, but he got into a fight on the street and he lost his leg. So he became the one-legged attorney. And guess what? He won many cases, but one time he lost the case for his client in court. He went in there, he was all proud and everything. What happened to the one-legged attorney? Why did he lose his court? Why did he lose his client's case? He didn't have a leg to stand on. I know, it's not funny. It's just part of the joke that I forgot to tell you the other day, or the riddle. Seeking professional help. All right. There's no shame. There's no shame in reaching out for help. There's no shame in reaching out for therapy. There's no shame in reaching out for counseling. There's no shame in feeling helplessness. Those struggling with depression and gambling addiction, provide resources if possible, right? The therapy, the counseling, the friend, someone that you can trust in. Sometimes even the journal. The journal's just a book, yet it's profound though, because you can write in the journal. You can write about your problems. You can actually find solutions within your problems right on your journal. You can write poems. You can write about the future. You can write about the past. You can write about things that you can create in your own mind. The journal is an amazing thing. So there's no shame. All right, let me see. Where did Mr. Anti-Gambler go? Man, they're all gone. I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad we're here. I'm feeling. Thanks for reading. Mark. All right. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions all the way from Facebook? Any questions? YouTube? All right. Let's get back into this. I've got a proverb that I want to read also. Yeah, let me read it. The proverb. Let me read that real quick, and then we'll get into. There's no shame in reaching out for help. What did I put? 1 Peter, New Testament, King James Version. 1 Peter, chapter 1. Chapter 1. Is that it? Yeah. Verse 5, it says, who are kept by the power of God through faith unto salvation. You know, there's a lot of wonderful things in this world to experience. There's a lot of wonderful things in this world to experience. For 59 years, Lord willing, I'll be 59 this year. I think I'm 58. Anyways, I was born in 66. Yet, when you read the Proverbs, it describes almost like a fairy tale, like a utopia. It's almost hard to believe that some place could exist like this that the Bible speaks about when we're not here on this planet. Yet, we focus so much on the things of this world, like the things of this world, they're just so empty, they're dry. You know, it's almost like you're putting it's like you're putting your money or your values into a bag with holes, and you got to keep doing it. It's like you got to keep, there's no fulfillment. There's no real fulfillment there. At least I find that in my life. Yet there is fulfillment. I'm not saying the world is completely dead. There's some beautiful things to see. There's some wonderful experiences. Yet they're being darkened. They're being tapered down. They're losing like the good aroma, the wonderful things that you used to experience maybe 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago. It's not the same. Even gambling's not the same anymore. You know, how has it changed over the years? It's fixed. We know that. All right, let me get through this. Who are kept by the power of God through faith unto salvation, ready to be revealed in the last time, wherein you greatly rejoice. The opposite of depression, right? The opposite of being sad, the opposite of woe is me. You know, my back, honestly, my back is killing me right now. It's okay. It is. I'm not afraid to admit that, but I'm here. I could have been somewhere else, maybe laid up in bed or something, but I'm here. And so rejoice. You know, I'm going to rejoice, man. I'm going to go through this shit. For a season, if need be, you are in heaviness through manifold temptations, that the trial of your faith being much more precious than of gold, that perishes, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Jesus Christ. Wow. Maybe I should be a preacher. All right. So we got another riddle here. And by the way, those of you that, if there's anybody that's not subscribed to this channel, if you haven't subscribed, I'm inviting you to subscribe to this channel. And make sure that you turn your notifications on. Because I get a few people that email me or send me a message. Hey, I didn't get a message that you went live or that you sent a video out. You got to have your notifications on. Yet sometimes the algorithm, if there's not a lot of activity on the channel, that's just the way it happens. It kind of, you know, I just try to do the best that I can. It's kind of like almost like a one-man show here. The greatest show on earth, by the way. No, I'm just, it's not the greatest show. All right, here's another joke. Why do some couples don't go to the gym together? Why don't some couples go to the gym together? Right? Why don't some couples go to the gym? We'll look at the answer soon on that one. Anyways, one of them, yeah. We'll hope and pray that it gets more views. Get up there. We want to change the platform too, because this platform, this live stream right here is getting too expensive for me. I can't afford this thing, man. This is just way too much. So we got to find another platform, I believe, that would be comparable to be able to do these things. Either that or we're going to stay here. We'll figure out a way. It's a hefty bill, I think. What is it? So, but anyways, so, all right, let me get back. Yeah, so why don't some couples go to the gym? Because some relationships don't work out. Now, that was a pretty good one, right? Some couples don't work out. Anyhow, okay, let me get back to, okay. So recognizing the signs of depression, right? Be aware. Be aware. Loss of motivation, changes in sleep, appetite, feelings of hopelessness. That's a big one right now for many people. There's many people that feel hopeless. I'll tell you what I do. There's times that I feel hopeless too, because you look at this world and it's like, man, I pray, God help me. If that's all I can say at the moment, I'm not going to say, well, you know, holy God, I love your word, and I read Psalm and I read the Proverbs, and last week I went to church, and, you know, I this and the other. Nah, you know what? God help me. Lord, help me. I don't even know what to say. Can you help me? He knows better than I do. And okay, let me see. Any questions? No questions? Any thoughts on that? All right. Well, we're gonna. I do offer, by the way, if you need someone to bounce an idea off, you want to talk to somebody for about 45 minutes, I do offer a strategy session where you can brainstorm with me. We can brainstorm together. You know, just $5 or more, a donation, and we can set that up on Skype. We can set that up on Zoom, even on Facebook. And if you want to meet in person, we can meet in person too. I'm not afraid of that one, even though I'm an introvert. Am I? Kind of introvert, but an extrovert too, a little bit. Anyways, welcome to the greatest show on earth. And by the way, make sure that you check out the videos that I'm putting up there. Dive, drives, and gambling without vibes. They're coming up. You'll see them. Dives, drives, and gambling without vibes. Pretty cool little videos. Driving around town, showing the little places and stuff. So check it out. So just remember, reach out to someone. Reach out to someone. I'm going to challenge you before this program is over. I'm going to challenge you to reach out to someone. Take a step forward from this video. Take a step forward and do something. Maybe you're not depressed. Maybe there's something else going on. Maybe. But it's leading to that depression. Reach out to someone. Reach out and touch someone. Is there a song? Let me see. Is there a song that says uses the word reach out? Reach out. Reach out. Reacher. No, that's forget about, my mind's going on. You know what I'm talking about, Reacher, the series. Anyway, Tom Cruise played that in the movie. I think he played the Reacher. Seek professional help if needed. Try one healthy habit this week. Exercise for 15 minutes. Have you tried exercising for at least 15 minutes? You set the clock right there. You do these little things. You get a little piece of paper. You've never done it before, right? But you just kind of get excited because it's new and a little bit of a challenge. You get your piece of paper, right? You get your golden pen of justice, your little timer, what have you. Anyway, and you take 15 minutes and you rewire yourself. And we all know that the more you expose yourself to something, right? The more you expose yourself, what happens? It's like this is contagious. Every Sunday, every Wednesday. So try one of these new healthy habits. I'm challenging you to try something, to do something. Like it says, what is your goal? I think it says it there. There it is, like a train. There's the next one coming by. There it is right there. I don't know if you can see it, but it says, what is your goal for this week? My fingers are running backwards. Huh? There it is right there. Look at it. What is your goal for this week? All right, we're going to wrap things up since everybody's real quiet on me. And if the saying goes, you are hang out with who you know, I don't hang out. I hang out by myself, my family, and a few acquaintances. That's about it. Going through the motions, paying the bills, but my mental health, I have audit. It is my addiction healing, just under a blanket. Well, I'm glad you're here, folks. I know the numbers are there. I appreciate the input. I really do. I appreciate the feedback, appreciate the input, the questions, the statements. Call me out. Fact check me. You ever heard of somebody getting fact checked? Yep. Yeah. I'm going to fact check you right now. How much do you weigh? Well, that's fact checking, isn't it? Oh, I thought you said fact checking. No, I said fact checking. Anyways, besides the point there, we're talking about depression gone. Your walls are crying. Episode number 405. It's Wednesday. We'll be back here. I think it's Wednesday. Yeah, we'll be back here on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Hopefully Jim, Raymond, and the others will join us. Hey, you guys wanted to talk about depression, especially Jim. Jim wanted to talk about this topic about facing. I hope he's okay because he texted me earlier about taking on behavior, facing on the challenge like a game in your head, or getting angry. So getting angry is not a bad thing as long as you channel, right? Bruce Lee said, be like water. How did he say it? Be like water. Be like water. And the water flows, but the water can cut too. It can cut. You're not alone. You're not alone. Change is possible if you have a community or resources. Change is possible if you have a community or resources. Your resources could be right here. Could it be? Believe, man. Expand. Right? God gave us the ability to do things, and sometimes we act so weird, man. We're like so empty. We act so empty, so weird, so depressed. Yet God has given us many, many wonderful, those are the things that we should be seeking. The wonderful things of God. Maybe that'll be a topic in the future. Wonderful things of God. All right. I think we've come to what is my marital status? Right there. Wear a ring. My children are all grown up. I have a son that was in the Marines, and he's done with his time, with his service time. I have a daughter I have about 3 daughters, actually. I have extended family. 3. And I have 1 son. And they're all grown up. My son's going to be 25 or 26. And he's in North Carolina. So I hope to visit him soon. And my mom just turned 80 years. My mom just turned 80 years on yesterday. Wow, 80 years. Mama Rolón. Boy, she's been through a lot. No. Nope. All right, Mom, somebody sends you a happy birthday. Maybe Mom is watching on Facebook. Thank you. All right, folks. Well, we're going to come to the end of the broadcast. I hope for the last couple of broadcasts, we've been talking about depression. So I'm depressed now. No, I'm just joking. You can go down a path, if you will, focusing too much on something. Yet the goal is not to focus on it so much so that it blinds you or that it paralyzes you, but just enough so that it energizes you. And you can say to yourself, hey, you know what? I'm doing it. I can keep doing it. I will continue. So with that said, folks, I'll wait for one last question or one last comment, one last thought, or one last fact check. So now when I say fact check me, you know what I'm talking about. What's your weight? Right? No. So thank you for hanging out, City by the Bay. Let me see. I focused too much on my past and wasted time. Well, we can learn. Hindsight 2020. We can learn from the past, right? It's amazing what we can do when we sit down and just stop and think, right? You can go back into the past. You can go into the future. You can't change the past, but you can go back there. You can change your future by doing things differently right now. You're greater than whatever it is that you're growing through. You're greater than that. You may not believe it right now, but you are. You're bigger than. You're a truck driver. These trucks are pretty big. I mean, these rigs are huge. But guess what? Our lives are bigger than these rigs, right? Our lives are bigger than the money that it brings in. This community right here, this YouTube community, this is bigger than us right here, but it's not bigger than our lives. It's not bigger than our life, than your life, if that makes sense. All right, folks, I will see you Sunday, Lord willing. Invite a friend. Remember, subscribe, turn your notifications to all. And it's a form of, this is a form of journaling. When you're putting things in somewhere in a log or a blog, that is a form of journaling. To me, it is. Even though it could be like a digital blog online where people just post. Yeah, it could become almost like a little bit of a journal for all of us. It wouldn't be a personal journal, but it would be more of a public type of a journal. That's my idea anyways. Yeah. All right, Monday we start a new truck job. Right on. Let me see. How did Mr. McConaughey? Right on. Is that how you? Right on. That sounds good. All right. I tried to load up a video today of karaoke and it wouldn't. YouTube hit me hard, man. They shut it down. I enjoy singing karaoke songs and stuff, light rock music. Tried to put it up on. I got to figure out a way to do it one of these days. Get some karaoke nights on YouTube. I think that would be pretty cool. 4 or 5 old songs and just karaoke for a little bit instead of an episode. The thing is, I got to figure it out. Maybe. Right on. That's good. Well, safety number one. That's what's important, right? Safety number one. All right, folks. Laura, Mark, City by the Bay. We're going to have to get going. I've got things. Blaze Journey. Out of Time. Where was Out of Time? Was he here? Race. Let's see. City by the Blaze Journey. City by the Bay. Mark. And those of you that were watching by way of Facebook that couldn't comment, couldn't join me. All right. Take action. Somehow, something. Even if you just wrote something down, that would help you go forward. All right.